Hello everybody, I'm Don601, Wound Victor here, and sorry if I sound different or a bit nasally, I guess, because I have been sick over the past few days, and I have been absolutely hating it. Anyways, because I didn't have a chance to do a video earlier this week due to how sick I've been, I've planned to do this instead, which is going to be a showcase of the complete figures so far that I've found of beasts of Mesozoic. If you don't know what beasts of Mesozoic is, it's this Kickstarter thing. I don't know how to describe it. Started by somebody who works for NECA. If at least I think they work for NECA. If any of you guys have heard of that. They're primarily known for their Raptor series that came out, a year or two ago. I've seen figures from it. I personally haven't gotten any. But recently, actually, for the past year or two or so, they've been working on a ceratopsian series. And I've been really anticipating that. And once I show the figures, you guys will see why. And yes, from now on, I plan to keep tabs and make videos on beasts of Mesozoic because I already do it for other professional companies like Papo, Collector, Slice, and Safari, but I don't for Mattel figures because frankly I think there's enough people doing that and not enough people doing beasts of Mesozoic. But if any of you guys do want to see somebody do updates for Mattel figures, I highly recommend Andy's dinosaur reviews. I really like his channel. He's one of my favorite dino tubers, even though he isn't really in the community. But I'd recommend checking him out if you want updates on other things. Okay, and now I'm going to spare your time here and just start going with the figures. I'll start off from my least favorite to my favorite with a few comparisons with each other and different figures at the end. So let's first jump on to our first figure. I shouldn't say that ever again because if somebody has an inappropriate mind or takes it out of context, I will probably regret that. Okay, and our first figure is the Monoclonius. Now, in my opinion, this is the worst figure. That doesn't mean it's bad. I still think this figure looks damn good. And as for all Mesozoic series figures, this goes for every single one of them. They all have amazing articulation. I mean, like, just look at the points of articulation on that. Jobby the Honk would have a field date on that. So I'm mainly going to be ranking these figures on their paintwork and the sculpt. Now, I really like the sculpt on this guy. I really like I really like on the crest. I really like how I can just see all of the scales, but again, that could just be the camera just showing all the detail which is there in the first place. And I like all the bumps which there seem to be little bumps leading up to these tiny or horns or big bumps behind the massive horn. I don't have a clue because I've never seen this dinosaur Monoclonius before. Anyways, let's move away from the sculpt because it's obvious that I'm not that knowledgeable in that area. Move on to the paint scheme. Now, I really like the paint scheme. I really like how it's a blend of black, green, and bright blue. And if you don't know, blue is my favorite color. And I really like, and I mean really like the bright blue on the bottom of the figure. I just love it. And I really like how it blends in with the figure, with the green on the legs and the black on the back looks very good. It's just been part of the paint scheme which I don't like is the white horns on the front. Because it has this sort of like creamy, bright white color on the big horn on the front of the face. That looks okay. It's just on the back of the frill with the two horns sticking down. The paint looks very sloppy and doesn't blend that well along with the little bit of red in it. So yeah, I think this looks like a good figure, but the paint scheme could be a bit better, like mainly get rid of the white. Just get rid of it. And apart from that, the paint scheme on this is nearly perfect. Next up we have the Einiosaurus. Now, I really like this guy mainly because of the sculpt. I just really like the detail on it, and I really like how big and bulky the head is. But the only thing I'd say I don't like about this figure is the horn. I mean, like, do you see the horn? I'm pretty sure that horn is too big. It looks massive on it. I'm pretty sure if you like half the thing, it would probably be closer to the same size, but I'm pretty sure this horn is too big. I could probably make a sex joke out of it, but I frankly can't be bothered at this point. And the other point of the sculpt is the back. Now, I really like the bumps in the back, and I'm trying to think of something else to say because I'm just talking about my arse at this point. Yeah. I've got enough to say about the sculpt. let's just move on to the paint. Now, I think the paint is where this thing shines. I mean, like, yes, there is dull grey and dull black on it. But something which really makes it appeal is the dark red on it. Now, I really like the dark red on the chest leading down to the legs. I really like that along with the black stripes. And along with the solid green eye on it. This is a really nice paint scheme for a really nice figure, which for some reason I talked about the sculpt for too long on. But the only thing that we need to change is the size of that goddamn horn. Next up we have the Xenoceratops. Now, I don't know if I'm saying that right. The reason why I'm saying Xenoceratops is because the beginning is spelled the same way as xenomorph. So, xenomorph, Xenoceratops. Put them together, I'm pretty sure this is pronounced Xenoceratops, even though I'm probably getting that wrong, knowing me. Now, this is one of the bigger figures in my line. In my line. Now my nose is getting really stuffy now, good for me. Okay. Now, the paint scheme on this guy is a bit average. I do like the brown on the legs, but even though it looks like crap. I really like the black stripes on the chest, on the upper body and underneath the neck and on the back of the frill. But as for detailing, there isn't really that. No, as for paint, there isn't really that much to do. How many times am I going to get this wrong? And as for paint, there's not really that much to say because it's mostly just yellow. But I will say I like the orange on the crest. Then we have the sculpt. Now, I do really like the sculpt, mainly on the head, because I really like all the spikes. Of course, well, because knowing me, of course, has like horny things. Okay, so I don't know how to describe it, man. You can't see where I'm pointing. But behind the eye, we have this one horn or spike or whatever you want to call it, sticking out, and behind the frill, of course, we have multiple spikes. We have two bigger ones on the top. We have a few pointing forward. And then we have ones on, of course, we have the two iconic ones on top of the head, pointing sort of downwards. Whatever, I guess. And of course, we also have the lump, I guess I shall call it, on front of the nose, like how most ceratopsians have. But yes, this one's been mostly me rambling because my nose became stuffy in between it. But yes, just ignore how bad my summary is. I do like this figure, and I think it's a good figure to get once it comes out. Now, for our second last one, we have a smaller one called the Xenoceratops. Now, I mostly chose this one because of the color scheme. Because I really like the color scheme on this guy. Mainly because of the blue and the orange. Because if you look at the frill of the crest, or whatever you want to call it, you'll see there's a dark blue outline. Even around the eyes, there's dark blue with dark blue stripes leading off it and going down the tail. And in the middle of that crest, I guess, there's this bright orange which just really makes the figure pop out. And along with the blue going around the face, there's of course blue stripes going down the tail with brown and white going to the tail. Where this brown suddenly turns into blue. I mean, like, I don't like that bit. Just choose a color. But I would give one thing here: the blue and the bluish green looks great on this thing. I would just like it better if the brown sort of like faded into the blue a bit more. And of course I do like the sculpt of this guy. I just didn't talk about that much because I preferred the blue. I preferred the color, and my nose is starting to stuff up again. But yes, we're going into details, so without rambling, I do like the sculpt on this guy, and the sculpt looks good. And this is a figure that I'll probably be picking up once they come out, and once we finish the entire Kickstarter thing. And next up, we have the last figure, which is in my opinion the best figure, because it's one of my favourite dinosaurs in general, the Pachyrhinosaurus. I love this guy. I just love all the detail packed into his face, and I love the paint scheme. I like this reddish brown which covers most of the body, and I absolutely love the blue on the bottom of the figure and slightly on the face, I think. Anyways, I absolutely love this figure, and this is a part of the higher scale of figures, I guess. So he's one of the big ones, along with the big I can't say it. Along with the big yellow boy, which I forgot the name of. But I don't think this guy's gonna be the biggest, because I think this guy's also doing a Triceratops, which I think will probably end up being bigger than this guy, because apparently they're all meant to be scaled with each other. But no matter what, this is my favourite figure out of the bunch, solely because of its colour, and if it had pre-bird colours, the sculpt itself would save it. I absolutely adore this figure. And the thing is, Pachyrhinosaurus isn't even my favourite ceratopsian. It's my second. Styracosaurus is my favourite ceratopsian. And the actual figure for that hasn't been revealed yet, but there is concept art for it, I guess. Now, while finding images for Pachyrhinosaurus, I found this thing. I have no clue what this thing is, but it looks like something a 12-year-old would come up with. It looks edgy. When saving these figures, I even called this thing Edgy Thing, because I can't find the bloody name of this guy. I have no clue what this thing is. But I thought I should just do like a tiny review on it, I guess. I don't really like the sculpt. I don't like how small the body is compared to the head, and I don't like how there's spikes everywhere. But something I will give it is the paint, mainly on the face, because I really like the orange blended with the black. It makes it look nice. And now, since I sort of already done this one, I think we should just move on to shots of the figures standing next to each other and other things as comparison shots. First off, we have a shot of the smaller ones, which I have already forgotten the name of, apart from the Einiosaurus, because that's the only one that I know. and they all look nice together. You see how colorful the green one and the orange one is, I guess, and you see how grey the Einiosaurus is. But no matter that, I do think these figures look good together. And round up the Einiosaurus, here we have a shot of the Einiosaurus and the Pachyrhinosaurus Rex, a figure which I actually have. And here we see how small these smaller range ceratopsians are compared to the bigger ones. The bigger ones are pretty much 2 times their size, and I love it. Hey look, it's the thumbnail! And now we just have an image of all of the figures just in the same photo, and you see how the Pachyrhinosaurus, once again, is the biggest figure out of them all. And which one is the smallest? I think the bluish orange one's the smallest. So yes, those are the 5 figures which have been revealed so far for Beasts of the Mesozoic, the ceratopsian series. Now, I'm pretty sure there are going to be quite a few more. Just like the Raptor series, there was way more than 5. And after looking at these figures and looking at more images of the Raptor series, I'll probably end up picking 1 or 2 from Raptor series, but they are quite expensive from everything dinosaur. But all these figures will only come to everything dinosaur and come to websites if it passes the Kickstarter. Now, I don't even think I can link the Kickstarter because I don't think the Kickstarter has even started yet. Anyways, if you do end up passing the Kickstarter now, and who knows, I might donate a bit myself, I will definitely be picking up some of these figures, and because some of these just look incredible, and I cannot wait to see the Styracosaurus, and I intend to make more videos on this in the future once more figures be revealed. So thank you all so much for watching this video, and here is Indominus 1 Wrong to Victory.